it's not entirely possible, right, to renounce everything and go live in the forest. Practically, it is not possible to survive like that in most cases right now. And then even a small case like sattvic food, eating sattvic food, it becomes difficult for, let's say, an engineering student who is in his campus, in his hostel, and has limited choice. So even though these are very good values and practices, they cannot always be carried out. So my question to you is, which of these practices, first of all, why should we implement and learn from ancient Indian practices? And again, how do we implement them in the modern age, keeping in mind that we have restrictions, and possibly, especially for engineers, if you can shed some light on that or give your views.
Ancient Indian practices were for ancient India. If you try to practice them, this is what you will repeatedly come to. Oh, it's so difficult to practice sattvic food in modern engineering campuses. Those practices were for a certain time, place, situation. That's when they were practical. Practices do not determine the core of spirituality. Consciousness does. In the name of spirituality, if someone is feeding you practices, then that fellow is either ignorant or cunning or both, which is actually the same thing. It's not practices, it's understanding that you need. And then, even if you are in a jungle, a frozen desert, you'll still know what to eat, what not to eat. How is it possible that in India, in a campus, you are saying it's difficult to get right food? With all the degradation that is happening, India is still a paradise for vegetarians.
Definitely.
Right? If in India you are finding it difficult to practice vegetarianism or veganism, then where would you find it facile? Would you say you have come to, let's say, a place like the North Pole, Siberia, or some place where it's easier to get fresh fruits? So, and it's not a question of whether you are in Kerala or Punjab or Siberia. It's a question of the depth of your understanding. Once you know, your action flows from there. Then you do not say, oh, it is too tough to do. Then you do not say, oh, it's right but difficult. It's difficult, learn how to do it, because it has to be done. That's the thing with the truth. It is absolute. It does not give you space to deviate, meander, and such things.
Right.
If something is to be done, it is to be done. Find a way. The question is, what is the right way? The question is not whether or not to do it. It has to be done. Full stop. And if something is not to be done, find a way how not to do it. Do not say, oh, well, because it is difficult to not to do it, I am questioning whether or not to do it. Difficulty is not the criteria. Understanding is the criteria. What are you a man for if you cannot take difficulties?